today I want to talk about safety hacks for the single woman. But really, I guess most of these hacks could apply to almost any kind of person, just for general safety purposes, but I'm going to gear this more towards single women because once upon a time, long time ago, yours truly was a single woman living in a big city all by herself, and these are some tips I wish I had known back then. Well, some of them I did, but you know, I want to add on to them a little bit more. The first tip would be put a beware of dog sign outside of your house, like on the fence or in the window or something like that. And it doesn't even matter if you have a dog or not. It's something that's cheap and something that could save you in the long run. So definitely put a beware of dog sign. You never know when the killer is going to be lurking around. If you've taken martial arts, that's great. If you haven't taken martial arts and you can't afford it, consider doing a 2-week trial like free class. Most martial arts places will have it. I've personally taken Krav Maga and I really like it. It's like an Israeli military martial arts. That was really cool and super useful to me, but you know, I don't have $600 every 2 months to pay them, so I just took the 2-week trial free class, and that's what I did, and I learned lots of valuable lessons in it. So it's something that can definitely keep you safe. So I recommend, whether it's Krav Maga or Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu or you know, whatever kind of martial arts you're into, I would definitely see if there's any free classes in your area. Just be sure to read the fine print, because they'll make you sign up and like put your credit card on file and stuff, I'm sure. But if you read the fine print and you know like what's expected of you and everything, and you know like when you need to cancel before you get charged, just be conscious of that. But I definitely think that martial arts is the way to go. Martial arts does not guarantee that if you were attacked you would win, but it does guarantee that you're not going to go down with the fight and you're not going to make it easy for them. So I definitely recommend it. I'm a strong believer in hiding weapons around the house. Like, you should hide a weapon in every single room in your house somewhere, because you never know if you're gonna get attacked, like in your bedroom, in the kitchen, in your living room, like you never know. So definitely like hide stuff like around the house, you know. If you're watching this and you have little kids, this is not the video for you. This video is for single people living on their own, okay? Who don't have to worry about little kids coming in and like getting into stuff and like grabbing weapons and stuff. To clarify, what I mean about weapons is not necessarily like a weapon, but like something as simple as a baseball bat or a hammer or a box cutter or just a knife. You know, anything you could think of that could be used as a weapon. Brass knuckles, if that's your style. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, anything that you think could be used as a weapon to help you out of a sticky situation should you ever get attacked in your home, or should there ever be a home invasion. You know, knock on wood, hopefully not, but if there is, you have something to potentially defend yourself. So I recommend that. If you own a firearm, I recommend doing target practice a lot. Make sure you know how to fire your weapon, and don't just fire like easy targets. Like you want to make them gradually harder and harder, and you just want to get lots of target practice and get super comfortable with your weapon. And you also want to have your firearm in an accessible place, a safe place, but an accessible place in your home, so if anything were to ever happen, you have your weapon available so that you can defend yourself. If you don't have a firearm, but you're interested in it and you're not opposed, I definitely recommend, especially for women, okay? I'm a huge believer in self-defense for women and women taking self-defense into their own hands. I'm a huge believer in a woman going out and getting a firearm, but okay, let me back up. First, learn everything there is to know about it. Do tons and tons of research before you buy a firearm. Go out to the shooting range, rent firearms, you can rent them, and shoot them and see if you like it. Now this is for somebody who's interested, who's always wanted to own a firearm. If you're anti-gun and stuff like that, don't do it. Firearms are not for everybody, but you know, there's other weapons you can defend yourself with. I'm talking to the firearm enthusiast specifically. If it's something you've always wanted to get into, there is nothing wrong with a woman owning a firearm and using it to defend herself should the need arise. Hopefully not, but definitely target practice, know how to use your weapon, be comfortable with it. I'm going to show you a few options of weapons that you can have in your house or on you for self-defense. Okay, so this is the firearm I like to use for self-defense. It's a PT92 9mm. It's really thick, heavy. Okay, Captain, he's getting a little scared. He's not used to this noise. and it's not loaded. See, nothing in there. So I've already cleared it and it's safe. But this is the gun I like to use for self-defense in the home. I also have another one that's for concealed carry. If that's something that you guys like to do, it's definitely, if you live in a big city, if you live in a seedy city, I would definitely recommend a concealed carry or a concealed carry weapons permit. Unfortunately, I live in California, so I can't really conceal carry here. The laws here are pretty much impossible. But if I ever move, I will definitely do that because I have a gun that is perfect for concealed carry. So this is good for home defense. This is a 9mm. So there's an argument about 22s. 22s are sometimes a little bit too light for self-defense. I mean, I guess they're better than anything, but I would do 9mm minimum. Next year I'm thinking about getting a 45, but this is a good start. And this gun will run you about maybe like $500, and it's by Taurus. So that's the first one. Captain, shut up! Oh, God. This one, if you can see it, it's super tiny. It's like the length of my hand. It's a Colt Pocket Light, and it's a really old gun. It's one that my dad gave me. He bought it in 1992 or so, and it's a 380, which is a smaller round than the 9mm, but because it's so small, see how small it is? It makes it perfect for concealed carry. So one day when I move to another state, this is what I will be carrying for self-defense. And it's super tiny. But one more thing for self-defense I wanted to talk to you guys about. If you ever needed to defend yourself in your home and you had a firearm, don't buy regular bullets. I'm going to show you what bullets to use. You want these bullets. They're Hornady, and what makes them special is that they are hollow points. Actually, no, these aren't hollow points, but they're kind of like hollow points. But definitely, if you own a firearm and you want to keep it in your house for self-defense, make sure you have hollow points, and you don't use them for target practice. They're only for in the house in an emergency situation. I'm going to show you what they look like. Okay, so here's what they look like. If you see the tip of the bullet is not your regular tip, and I think these are called FTX. But these are hollow points. Basically what they do is, if you were unfortunately in the situation where you have to defend yourself in your home and you shoot the perpetrator, once these hit anything, like say if they hit a wall or they hit a person, they're supposed to mushroom out so it stops in whatever object you shoot. That way they don't go through the wall into the next room, kill somebody, or go through the walls into the next house and kill somebody else. So pretty much these are meant to stop and mushroom into whatever you shoot, and they also cause more damage, which is good if you're ever in a self-defense situation. So I recommend these or any other kind of hollow points for your firearm. Other weapons that are acceptable to carry on you when you're out and about, or to keep in your house hidden in case of an emergency, that are lesser than a firearm, would be pepper spray. This is my pepper spray. And you have to flick this open to push the button, otherwise it won't push, and you can put it on a keychain. Also, I strongly believe that every girl needs a pocket knife on her. This is mine, and this is really good for concealing as well. It's super small. This is easy to hide around the house, or if you're out and about, it's easy enough to put in your bra. Nobody's expecting that or anything like that. And if you're ever in a self-defense situation, it's easy enough to pull out and defend yourself. Okay, that's enough weapon talk, so let's go ahead and get to the rest of my safety hacks. Make sure that your house has motion sensor lights on the outside, so if anybody's creeping up, boom, the lights go on. Have a house alarm, and if you can't afford a house alarm, which was my situation back when I lived alone, you can go get like home alarm stickers, and if for whatever reason they won't give them to you, you can go to like any store. You can even get them probably on Amazon. They have like fake like security alarm or like home alarm stickers, and you can just put them everywhere. The way most robbers work is they will look for the house that's the easiest target. So even if you don't have a dog, even if you don't have a home alarm, even if you don't have all these layers of security, just putting up like stickers and signs and stuff that make it appear like you do is enough to make them wary of going into your house, and they would much rather pick a house that's much easier, you know what I mean? So you definitely want like those levels of security. Also consider getting security camera stickers, like, you know, cameras that say like smile, you're on camera, or like this home is under surveillance, or you know, some kind of stickers like that. You can also get those like on Amazon for cheap and just stick them on your windows and stuff. Even if you don't have a security camera, they don't know if there's a hidden one or not, you know, they're just gonna see stickers and that'll deter them as well. Especially for single women, go to Payless, go to Walmart, wherever, right? Get a pair of men's work boots, like a really big pair of boots, and rough them up, get them muddy, get dirt on them, get dust on them, and place them outside of your front door and just leave them there. And that way, if people come by your house to come scope it out or case your house, casing means that they're watching your house to like watch your every move, you know? So if somebody comes and does that, they're gonna see a pair of men's work boots out there, and they're gonna think that you don't live alone. They're gonna think somebody lives with you. You know how people will go by your house and leave like flyers and stuff on your doorknob, like pizza flyers, or you know, whatever kind of flyers on your doorknob? You want to immediately get rid of those. Don't leave them hanging around your doorknob, because what that's going to tell robbers is that nobody's home, and then boom, they're going to want to come into your house. So definitely like clear that stuff out. The next safety hack is if you have any kind of shrubs or trees or anything like that in front of your front windows, make sure those are trimmed or cleared off. That way there's a clear view to your window, so if anybody wanted to crawl in your house or anything like that, they have nowhere to hide. This I want to talk specifically about when a woman is out like grocery shopping or at your job, or you're out somewhere and then you have to leave that place and come into your car, and you have to like walk through a parking lot, especially at nighttime. But I want you to realize that bad things don't only happen at nighttime. Shit can happen during the daytime too. But yeah, basically whenever you walk through a parking lot, here are a few tips. So one, you want to have your keys in hand, okay? Don't like go to your car and then have to like rummage around in your purse and shit like to find your keys. Have your keys ready in your hand as you're walking through the parking lot. Be aware of your surroundings, start checking all around you. Once you get to your car, unlock your car, and before you get in, I want you to check your car. Check the back seat, check the front seat. If you have an SUV, check the back part of the SUV or minivan or whatever. I want you to check it before you get in, because how many times do you watch like fucking what is it, like A&E, or like all these crime dramas and stuff about how a woman went into her car and there was like somebody waiting for her and they like reached around, you know what I mean? So definitely check your car always before you get in. When you do get in, don't fuck around, don't just sit there or anything like doing whatever, lollygagging, whatever. You want to lock your doors immediately. As soon as you get in, you lock your doors and you leave, okay? Whenever solicitors come to your house, or say like delivery people come to your house or whatever, always pretend like there's somebody with you. I'll give you an example. Say you order pizza, right, and the pizza delivery guy comes in. As he rings the doorbell, yell into your house, "Honey, they're here, the pizza's here," you know, like that. And as the door opens up, just be like, "Honey, I got the door, the pizza guy's here," you know, something like that. That way people think that there's somebody home with you. Another tip is, if it's a solicitor, don't answer the door. Just don't fucking answer the door. If you feel like you need to answer the door, you don't need to open the door. Anything that needs to be said can be said through the door. You have a peephole and you have your voice and you can say whatever you need to say, okay? There's no reason why you need to open up your door to a solicitor. Because believe it or not, a lot of robbers and bad guys will pretend to be solicitors, and when you open the door, they like to look inside to see what you have, to see if you're alone and everything. So unless you really need to open the door, unless you know who it is, don't open the door for anybody. If you have a daily routine, like say you go to work and you come home the same way every day, stop that. You need to start switching up your routine. You need to start driving different ways to get home, because sometimes people will have stalkers, people will follow you and stuff like that. So you definitely want to switch up your routine to go home. Also, you want to switch up the times. I know you can't really switch up the times you go to work, but you can switch up the times you leave and the times you go home, because if anybody's casing your house, you just want to keep them guessing. You don't want them to know what time you're gone and what time you're there and all that stuff. Like, you just want to be unpredictable as possible. This is for single gals going to parties. Whenever you're at a party, never let your drink out of sight. Never. And also make sure that if somebody needs to make you a drink, you are standing there watching them make you a drink. But I actually recommend not letting anybody make you a drink. Get your own drink and watch it like a hawk all night long. And if for whatever reason you can't watch it, toss that drink, get a new one, okay? Because you don't want to be like roofied or something. If you're going on a date or something with somebody you just met or you don't really know, make sure you always tell a friend or someone who you're going with. Tell them as much information as you can about that person, what they're driving, what their name is, what they look like, this and that, where you're gonna be, and tell them, give them like an estimate of about what time you should be home. That way, if anything happens, somebody knows that information and they can help you. When you're taking your martial arts class, you know, your 2-week trial, make sure you learn pressure points or weak points on the human body. If you don't know them and they don't teach you, it's easy enough to just use common sense or to go online and look it up. I recommend the eyes, like that. The nose is definitely a weak spot. The throat. My dad always told me if I was ever like in a bad situation, just punch somebody in the throat as hard as I can with all my strength. So definitely the throat, and then of course the crotch. Also the back of the knees. The back of the knees can disable somebody enough to where you could hopefully, you know, run away. When you go to bed at night, leave a light on in your house, preferably the bathroom light, because whenever robbers are casing your house, you can't really determine how long someone's gonna be in a bathroom, you know what I mean? So that's definitely always a good light to leave on. That way they think somebody's up and about and there's people home. If you have a dog and your dog barks at the door whenever somebody comes by or rings the doorbell, never punish your dog. You want to either not make a big deal out of it, or if you really like it, you can encourage it, or you can give them a treat if they're barking. If the barking annoys you, you need to train them with a command word on when to stop barking, but you definitely want to be okay with the behavior that they're barking. Just think of it as they're keeping you safe. That way, whenever somebody comes to your house and they're casing your house or whatever, they hear a dog, they know somebody's home, they know it's not gonna be easy to break into your house because there's gonna be a dog between them and you know? So definitely dogs are always good. I have my dog, he barks like crazy, he's really intimidating, he's a German Shepherd, so I'm really happy with that, and whenever he barks at the door, I give him a treat. I personally, it helps me feel safe. If you have a large imposing dog like this little lover right here, definitely walk him around your neighborhood. Okay, Captain, you can go. Okay, you can go. Go on, shoo. Shoo. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Anyway, if you have a large imposing dog like that dog, definitely you want to walk them around the neighborhood. You want their presence to be known. You want people to see that you have a big fucking ass dog, and people are less likely to mess with you, trust me. If you're going on a date or you're out with friends that don't really know you too well or don't know where you live, never have them drop you off directly at your house. Have them drop you off like the street over or something like that. You never really know if you can trust somebody. So I recommend that. That's actually something I've done in the past. I went out on a date and I had somebody drop me off at a different house. This was years ago, but yeah, but I definitely recommend that. Okay everyone, so I hope you liked my safety hacks for single women, and if you have any more ideas or you have any questions about the things I talked about today, go ahead and leave your comment down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and until next time, love you.